Salut! This video is dedicated to le futur simple or will future, as you call it in English, which kind of answers our usual question, qu'est-ce que c'est? What is the futur simple? The will future or futur simple expresses a spontaneous decision, a promise, or again, a prediction in the future. I think I will go out next week, which refers to an action you have just decided on, as opposed to I am going out next week, where we use the near future or futur proche detailed in the previous lesson and relate to a plan you did for next week. So, le futur simple is spontaneous and relates to a fact which will happen in the future, after the moment present, now, or maintenant in French. Comment ça marche? How does it work? Once again, it is very straightforward and very logical. For the regular verb, you will use their full infinitive form, which I have explained in the first conjugation module. So, we need the entire infinitive form, like écouter, ir, for to listen, finir, including the ir for to finish, and attendre, ending in ri, for to wait. To this infinitive form, you will add some termination, which will be the same for each and every verb, even for être. So see, it's really easy. And to make it even more practical for you, these endings or terminaisons in French will be the ones of the verb avoir au présent, which I am sure you know by heart. Let's go through this verb avoir at the present tense, so to have. Let's go through the endings, so we are able to carry on. I have is j'ai, très bien. You have, informal, is tu as, es. He has, il a, no s. We have will be nous avons. You have at the formal or plural form is vous avez. And finally, they have, il with an s or elle with an s, ont, O-N-T. Bravo, we've got them all. Now, if you have a look at the terminations on your downloadable document and listen to me conjugating the verb avoir au présent, you will understand the similarity. So, j'ai is I have, tu as, as, il, elle, on a, no s, nous avons, ons, vous avez, iz, and il and elle with an s, ont, ont. So, apart from nous avons et vous avez, the future endings on your document correspond exactly to the verb avoir I was conjugating. Are you following me? So, to make the future simple for French regular verb, we will use the infinitive form, including the R, which is very important because you need to hear the R, and the terminaison on your document, which correspond to the verb avoir at present tense. Let's have a go with the example. Again, on your document, we will start with I will listen. To listen is écouter, ending in er. So we keep this infinitive with the er, and we add the termination for je, which is ai, no s, just like avoir au présent. Altogether, infinitive plus ending, we will end up with j'écouterai, écouter, et j'écouterai, I will listen. See, that's pretty easy, isn't it? You have your infinitive, écouter, and your ending, in this case, ai. Let's try another example. You will finish this time. To finish being finir, and the ending for tu being a, as, we have tu finiras, you will finish, tu finiras. What will this become if we now wanted you will finish, but not for tu, for the plural form, or if we were to speak to the queen, for example? So, using vous instead of tu. We will need to swap a, as into e, iz, making our you will finish, vous finir, et vous finirez, et voilà. Allez, last example on our regular verb. He will wait. To wait is attendre, and the terminaison for il is a, without s. So put together, we have attendra. In this case, you will notice that we need to draw the I of the infinitive attendre, as I and a together is a little bit strange and not necessary. So, he will wait is il attendra, D, R, A. Voilà. If you want to add on the ne pas negation word, you will just put them, as usual, around the verb. You sandwich your verb. He will not wait, becoming il n'attendra pas. You put ne pas around attendra. Il n'attendra pas. What do you think? It's pretty simple, but a lot to take in. Just a little note on the irregular verbs, which will be on our next page. The logic will be exactly the same as I did say earlier. The endings we have will be the same for each and every verb. So the part which will change here is the stem of the verb, or the beginning of the verb. The irregular verbs won't use their infinitive, but a special stem that we call their future stem, which we will also use for the conditional tense. For example, again, in your next page, you will see I will be becoming je serai, where we have est et I, our future ending for je, and ser, S-I-R, the future stem for être. Je serai, I will be, et voilà. Another example could be you will go, which will become tu iras. Tu iras, ir being the stem of to go for the future and the conditional. So we just use it as a puzzle. You will find on the slide 4 a list of the future stems needed for the irregular verb. This is for you to keep and refer to when needed. That same list will be shared with the conditional tense that we will explore in the next module. So keep it close by. And this will be the conclusion on our lessons on the future tenses. Take your time to go through it, as it is a crucial part of your GCSE. You need to be able to use them and recognize them perfectly. Bravo, well done, and bon courage with the quizzes. Merci et à bientôt. Salut!